Hello and welcome to my channel Crochet with Diane. Today we're going to learn how to make a single crochet stitch. I have left a link in the description to a couple of videos that you want to watch that will help you lead up to being able to make the single crochet stitch. So let's get started. So you start with your slip knot, and we're just going to make a small swatch today. So start by making a foundation chain of 15. So there is your foundation chain of 15. If you need to pause the video here while you do your foundation chain, just please do so now. So to make your single crochet, we're going to chain 1, and we're then going to work back along this chain. We're going to work into the second chain from the hook. So let me show you. This one is the chain that's on the hook. This one is the first chain from the hook, and this one is the second chain from the hook. So to start, let's see if we can bring the camera in a bit further. Put your hook, keep the loop that's on your hook secure with this, your forefinger, and push your hook into that chain just like that. And then keeping your forefinger on these loops on your hook, bring the wool round from the back over your hook. That's called a yarn over. And just holding on to your chains while you pull that through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. You bring your wool around and over the top to the front again, so that's a yarn over, and just hold on to your work and pull through both loops on the hook, and there is a single crochet. Now we are going to work a single crochet into each chain all the way along. So if I just get my needle again and show you where the next one is. You see here, we've worked into this chain here. You can see all the stitch here. So your next one is this one here. So keeping your forefinger on this loop that's on the hook, push your hook into the next chain, just like that. Then you, if it helps, use your forefinger just to hold these loops steady on your hook. Bring your yarn over the hook, just like that. And then just with your thumb and your forefinger, grab the chains while you pull the loop through that one chain. So you have 2 loops on your hook. Then holding these steady again, bring the wool over, so yarn over, grab your work with your thumb and forefinger again and pull through both loops on the hook. There's your second single crochet, and we're going to work into the next chain. So put your hook in, hold those steady while you bring your wool over, and then just grab those chains again and just pull through that one there. 2 loops on your hook. Hold those steady with your finger, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And again into the next one, push your hook through into that next chain. Hold those steady, bring your wool over the hook and pull through. You've got 2 loops on your hook. Just hold those steady and yarn over. Just grab hold of your work there, holding it steady so that you can pull the hook through both loops, just like that. So I will keep going all the way along nice and slowly so you can see. So now we've come to the last stitch. From this angle, it might look like 2 stitches, but this bit here is your slip knot. You don't work into that. So this one is your last stitch. So put your hook into there and work your last single crochet stitch. And there you have your first row of single crochet stitches. So to continue, at the end of every single row, you are now going to chain 1. Now this does not count as a stitch at all. It's called a turning chain and we never work a stitch into it. So you've chained 1 and turn your work like you're turning the page of a book. And we're on to row 2. And again, we're going to work our first stitch into the second stitch from the hook. So if I just get my needle, I'll show you. And if you turn your work this way, you can see that the stitches, they look like little V's. And so this is the chain that's on the stitch or the chain that's on your hook. This is your first stitch or your turning chain, and we're going to work into this stitch here. If you look from the side, this is the stitch that's on the hook. This is your turning chain. So we're going to work into this stitch here. So place your hook into the stitch through both parts of that V. Then bring your wool over your hook and pull through your loop. And using your forefinger, keep those stitches secure. Bring your wool over, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook. And into the next stitch, push your hook in. If you still need to hold it with your forefinger to keep it secure, bring the wool over your hook and pull it through, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And again, push your hook through, pull your yarn and grab that with your hook to pull up a loop. Holding these stitches steady, yarn over and then pull through both loops on the hook. So I'll just slowly make my way across these stitches now. And here we've come to the end of the row. and it looks like there is 2 stitches there, but in fact it is 1 stitch and your turning chain. And if you remember, we never work into the turning chain. This curvy bit here is your turning chain, and we don't work into that chain on a single crochet. So this is your last stitch. So put your hook in there, same as before, wool over the hook, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops of your hook. And there you have 2 rows of your single crochet. And at the end of every round, you chain 1 and turn, ready for your next round. So 2 things to remember if you want to make sure that you're getting these edges nice and straight as your work grows, is always chain 1 at the end of each row, and then when you're starting your next row, always work into that second chain, stitch or chain if you like, from the hook. So not the one on the hook, not this first one which is your turning chain, but the second one. Always start your single crochet the second stitch from the hook, and your edges will stay straight. And the other thing to remember is at the end of the row, never work into this stitch here, which is this curvy bit here, which is your turning chain. This will be your last stitch of the row. And if you remember those 2 things, you should keep your edges straight. But like anything, practice. If you find that you are practicing your single crochet and your edges are not going straight, do not worry. Every crocheter comes across this problem at some point or another. It is absolutely normal. You may need to go back and make sure that you're doing the beginning of your rows correctly and the end of your rows correctly, or you could do a very small sample and make sure you count your stitches to make sure you have the same amount of stitches on every row. But keep on practicing. And the single crochet is a wonderful stitch. It's one of the most basic stitches. And if you know how to do a single crochet, there is a multiple of items that you can make just by using a single crochet, from scarves to face cloths to a whole blankets even. If you know the single crochet, you're well on your way to making some beautiful designs. So keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video for Crochet for Beginners.